I'm Larry Curtis. I'm the president of Taylor Andrews Academy in Salt Lake City, Utah. I am also a speaker for the Professional Beauty Association. I speak on success. My passion is working with students and young professionals and just helping them avoid a lot of the mistakes I made when I was starting out in the salon industry. When I got started in the salon world, I think there wasn't a lot that I knew, except treat people nicely was number one. And number two, that we needed more education, that we needed to keep learning. And I always have this philosophy of never stop learning. And in fact, funny little story, I remember back when cell phones first came out. And I'm at a baseball game, and my buddy's cell phone starts to ring in his gym bag. And he pulls it out. It's one of those big brick cell phones. And I'm like, that is so cool. We're at a baseball game, and he's on the phone, right? Because they're so new still. And it was a year or two later I got my first phone, and I just remember how proud I was to have that phone. You'd drive around and you'd pull up to a light and you'd be like, wow, I just hope somebody calls me so people can see that I have a cell phone, right? So as cool as that was at the time, though, we wouldn't use it today. We have these incredible computers in our pockets that do everything for us. Well, education to me is kind of like that. If you're not getting educated, if you're not still learning and growing and getting better, then you're kind of a lot like that first cell phone. It was cool at the time, and it'll still work today if you had to, but it's not the best. It's not really what you want to be. You haven't reached your fullest potential. And so to me, that's what education is. By being educated, it gives you a chance to be inspired and to learn what the latest techniques are, and just, again, that motivation that helps us, because we all need it. No matter how good you are, no matter how successful you are, we all need motivation, because we're going to have our up days and our down days, and by being educated and being inspired, it really helps us to keep going and moving forward, and that's what we need. I just felt like for myself at a young age that I had some really wonderful mentors that helped me out. When I was in school, a guy named Gino Stampora came to school, and while other students were worried about what time lunch was and when's this guy going to finish his class, I was mesmerized by what Gino had to say, and I stayed behind after and I asked for his advice, and he guided me for several years and kind of led me down the path of becoming a speaker, and that really stuck with me, that mentorship. And so when I started my own cosmetology schools, that was something I really wanted for my students. I wanted them to hear from the very best people in the industry so that they could be inspired and also see how many wonderful avenues there are in our industry. If you don't have to just work behind a chair, although that's wonderful, but you can be a platform artist, you can go work for a product manufacturer, you can be like me, who didn't mind cutting hair, but really knew that I would rather speak and become, a speaker. There's just so many different avenues. So having an incredible guest artist program helps us with that, because we bring in a wide variety of people that inspire the students, that get them excited and show them that the sky's the limit. There's so many things you can do. Yes, it will take time, because success takes time, but they see that these people started where they started, and through that persistence and passion, they eventually became incredible people that others look up to. So I think that's what the mentorship program does, and the guest artist program is. It inspires the students to reach for more. So let me give you an example of some of the incredible people that we've had, come to our school and speak to our students who are just starting out in the world. Nicholas French, one of the most incredible hair designers in the entire world, avant-garde winner at NAHA. Vivian McKender, the grand dame of hairstylists. Sam Villa, Philip Wilson, Roderick Samuels, Lauren Moser, Charles Marcus, Gino Stampora. We will bring in about 8 to 10 of the most famous hairdressers and salon professionals in the world every single year for our students, again, to inspire them, to get them excited about what's out in the world. And honestly, they become mentors for our students. And then when our students want to spread out into the world, they have people that they can look to and connections that will help them to go out and get great jobs. We've had students that have worked from Beverly Hills to the Tyra Banks show in New York City, that own salons in Florida and Minnesota and just all across the country. And I think that those mentors have helped them attain some of that, because there's, no matter where they want to go, there is someone that I can point them to that they've already met that can give them advice. Even if they don't know, or have a connection in that very town, they have a connection somewhere close by that can assist them to reach their dreams and goals. Best advice ever. I think that it's not where you, how good you are today or where you start. It's where you go and how good that you want to be. I got that from my high school baseball coach, to be honest with you. I didn't know this at the time, but I got to my senior awards banquet after my baseball career is coming to an end. And the coach is up there talking about this next kid. He's the last kid we kept on the team. We weren't even going to keep 11 sophomores, but he really hustled and had a passion for the game, so we decided we'd keep him. And here he is 3 years later. He's graduating with 2 school records, one of the most improved players on our team. The award goes to Larry Curtis. And I'm in shock, right? I don't even care about the award because all I heard was he was the last kid that we kept on the team. I couldn't even believe that. But what I learned from that and through what my coach had taught me was that, again, it's not where you start, it's where you go. And through hard work and persistence, you can become as successful as you want to be. Now, I never went on and played professional baseball, but I had a great high school career, had the opportunity to play some college baseball, and it became a lifelong passion for me. And it taught me the same thing with my business. And that is that we started as this cheesy little 1980s salon, a couple of 20-year-old salon owners, and then here we are, 30 years later with a salon that was named top 200 in the country by Salon Today. Our schools have been called some of the most prestigious in the country. We've been very successful financially. We've met thousands of really cool people. It's the best career I could have ever imagined. And a lot of that came because learning that it doesn't matter where you start. It's that persistence and hard work and that stick-to-it attitude that pays off in the end. Beacon is an incredible event sponsored by the Professional Beauty Association in which they bring 300 of the nation's best student cosmetologists to Las Vegas to have 2 days of intense business education and motivation to help them get started in their careers. And they're fortunate to see some of the most famous hairdressers in the industry and be up close to them and talk to them and be mentored by them and listen to incredible speakers that will help them start on a path of success right off the bat in their careers. It's an amazing event. It is run by, I would say it's kind of mentored by Gino Stampora, again, who mentored me as well. And I assist Gino. I'm fortunate to be able to do a keynote at the very first of the conference and share some of my thoughts on success. But Gino runs it, and Gino's the glue that keeps it together. Students love him, and it's because he has such a passion for the young hairdresser, wants them to be successful, and shares everything about his life and career that has helped him be successful, and uses his connections to bring those students, the very best people in the industry, to come together for those 2 days, unpaid, to share what has helped them to become successful. And so for those students that are fortunate enough to participate, it is a life-changing event. I absolutely love working with students. In fact, it's my favorite thing. I've been fortunate to be able to work on the Beacon event for the Professional Beauty Association every year for about the last 7 years. And it's honestly my very favorite thing ever to do because students are just so passionate. They're so excited. They haven't got into these bad habits yet. They are just a sponge to listen to great mentors and be inspired by them. And so the best thing in the world is just their excitement and enthusiasm for what lies ahead of them. And it's incredible. I wouldn't change it for the world. Again, other than maybe being a rock star or something like that, I can't imagine being in a better profession than what we're in right now.